What useless skill do you absolutely dominate? When passing out papers to a group of people, I can flick the paper in a straight line up to 6 feet. It amazes kids. It's also really fun to hit them in the head with a sheet of paper. Can you make a YouTube tutorial? Especially the bunk part. When I was in high school I read some novel in which the woman admires the hero because he has a habit of throwing his keys over his shoulder and catching them behind his back. I practiced and learned to do it pretty easily, but I never had the confidence to do it casually in front of women or anyone really. I'm a hibachi chef, so I've mastered this skill as well. Let me tell you buddy, nobody gives a damn lol. On the other hand, you've monetized this skill. Dislocating my joints at will. My illness may be chronic, but my party tricks are iconic. Rhyming seems like a close second for you. There will be no competition. I'm the only addition. I can parallel park so damn good. I remember when I took my driver's test how easy it was, and I stopped being nervous. Ever since then friends or family members I ride with, even if I'm not driving, and they find a parallel parking spot, no matter how snug but manageable they make me do it. I'm decent at many things, but parallel parking is a skill I have maximed out for some reason. I can parallel park an 18-wheeler. In 2 years of trucking, I have never had to parallel park an 18-wheeler. If only you could pull that off, just to shame some pinhead that half-assed parked his martyr. Enjoying hobbies that are terrible for monetizing. Does it fulfill you? Does it bring you happiness? If so, do it. Unlike capitalism tells you, you actually don't have to produce. You can enjoy things for the sake of just doing them, even if it brings you no money. Yes, they're great. I wish I could do them all of the time instead of having to work. Capitalism drains me so. I just wish I had something that could also double as a side hustle, since it is a system we are forced to live in. I can run really fast on my hands and feet. It has never come in handy. Okay, say you're walking home late at night and you cut through an alley. You see someone coming the other way acting like they are about to mug you. Run at them on all fours full speed while shrieking incoherently. Boom. Problem solved. Behind you, it's Shia LaBeouf. I wiggle my ears at an Olympic level. Chicks dig it, or so I tell myself. All you need now is a pupil to train that will follow in your footsteps to conquer your reveals opposing ear wiggling dojo. We can make a movie and put it on Netflix. They already pre-approved the script. They've also pre-cancelled after 2 seasons without a series resolution. In my early 20s, I had a timekeeping talent that I can't explain to this day. I could go on without a clock for as long as an hour and a half, and guess how much time passed down to the second with only a 5-second error margin. Unfortunately I stopped practicing at some point and eventually completely lost the skill. AWW, that's sad. Can't you gain this superpower again? Or has it lost its way to void forever? Anyone can gain it. To do so someone must send you into the forest and tell you to come back at a precise time, down to the minute. If you arrive too early or late, you get sent back in again. Pretending that I'm working on my laptop, even when I'm commenting on Reddit. The secret is to look annoyed at all times. Everyone thinks you're swamped. That's actually really easy to do on Reddit. It's almost like I'm not even acting. Plugging in the USB key at first try. I can do the same with the USB-C. My sister hates that I hold this against her, but the first time she tried to charge my laptop, she got confused and tried to plug the USB-C in vertically, literally taller than the laptop. When you do that, I can juggle all kinds of things, including fire and machetes. Fun fact, juggling machetes are really expensive but real machetes can be much cheaper. Fun extra danger factor. Do you have any videos? I guess if I say something like this, I should probably back it up, but I don't think I have videos without my face and I kind of like the anonymous nature of Reddit. Sorry. I'm a pretty great Tetris player. I dominated the Tetris.com high scoreboards for a very long time. Tetris championships are getting pretty popular, you should check them out. Cooking good food without testing the flavor. I know enough about spices, heat, and visual indicators that I can cook most dishes at home without ever having to check for flavor. It's actually really bad though. I'll cook for potlucks and gamble that people will enjoy my food. I get quite a rush seeing people take their first bite. Makes me think of food wars. Getting people to tell me very personal things that I don't need to know about. For some reason people I don't even know tell me all types of life details. My wife says I should have been a psychoanalyst. I will run in to buy a gallon of milk at the convenience store, and when I come out I will tell my wife, hey, I hired a new guy named Larry. He is from Oregon, but grew up in New York. He has 2 sisters, but one he never talks to because when he was younger he was an addict and stole a bunch of stuff from her. She has never forgiven him. Anyway, he just moved here like 2 weeks ago and lives over in Winding Trails Apartments. Total coincidence, he lives right next to Sheila from work. Apparently she invited him over to join some friends for a cookout. The first weekend he was here. Seems like a nice guy. Her response is, you were in the store for 3 minutes. How the hell do you know all this stuff? Me, I dunno. I just do. This happens all the damn time. Me too. We have resting therapist face. That spinny coin drop game they used to have at Taco Bell. I actually found out a way to win with almost every coin dropped in there. I would go in there with $2 in dimes and walk out with like a dozen soft tacos. I can shoot a ping pong ball from my mouth up to 15 feet with enough precision to hit you on the forehead 8/10 times. It's a shocking skill that I haven't had an organic opportunity to show off since college. I can also snap a towel so hard the corner tears and is capable of breaking skin. I was homeschooled and have never entered a locker room. I don't know where I learned that. Wiggling my ears. Most people can't do this since the muscles behind your ear go away if you don't use them in childhood, but in my house you had to be on your toes, and hearing crap go down was a very useful superpower. Hey, I also gained this ability when I noticed that my ears moved when I got startled by someone bursting into my room. Once I knew these muscles I was able to control them. I'm like weirdly good at making owl noises with my hands, I think. You know, where you like blow into your hands in a certain way and it makes an owl/pigeon noise. I can do it in several different hand shapes. It sounds crisp AF, and I can vary the pitch and volume wildly. Trust me when I say that I can make it sound like a damn dog whistle. That's the best I got though, aha. I have several D-grade superpowers. Their origin all the same. Me doing dumb crap as a kid. My first and by far my realest superpower is that I can scream at ultrasonic frequencies. At least, I could when I was a kid. It's not something I've kept in practice. I do it by girlishly screaming and slowly increasing the pitch of my voice until I can no longer hear it. I only know I'm still doing something because I can still feel the vibrations of the scream in my throat/chest. For a long while I thought I was imagining this ability, but I discovered it was quite real when I was doing it at my lunch table in high school and someone sitting next to me covered their ears, winced in pain, and asked me how the hell are you doing that? No one else could hear it, only this one specific person, so I guess he had his own supersonic hearing power. My second superpower, which is much lamer, but also much more useful in my day-to-day life than the first one, is my body's ability to stop its own hiccups. This isn't exactly a natural ability. I guess you could say I trained myself to do it, like Batman. Anyways, when I was like 12 years old I had figured out how to force myself to burp, and one time, when I had the hiccups I was struck by a stroke of juvenile genius, and decided to see what would happen if I made myself burp at the exact same time I hiccuped. I would not recommend doing this, ever. Basically it felt like I stopped all the air pressure from coming out of my body when it wanted to, resulting in what felt like being punched internally through the lungs. Luckily it wasn't an emergency, just some chest pain for a while. Ever since I did that my body now burps completely on its own every time I hiccup, and somehow this stops me from developing the hiccups. Usually I only have one hiccup, 3 is extremely rare. Never 4. My third and final superpower is that, under normal circumstances, I'm literally the fastest crapter on the planet. There's even been 1 or 2 times when I finished crapping before my ass contacted the toilet seat. Random facts. Did you know a giraffe has the same number of neck vertebrae as humans? They're just extra long. Giraffes' vocal cords are so weak, biologists once thought they couldn't make sounds at all. But they are just too low for us to hear. And they do make a couple other audible sounds, which the keepers can explain.